Hi, I'm Larry Galloway, and this is Let's Talk with Larry. I'm here today with Christopher Jones, and he will be doing an interview with me. Hi, Chris.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to interview on today. I would like to ask you some questions about Mother's Day.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself first, Christopher?
Um, I go to South Brunswick High School, um, and I'm a rising freshman. I wanted to get in a brief history of Mother's Day, and I wanted to ask you some questions about how you felt about the holiday. Well, Mother's Day was a holiday created by Anna Maria Jarvis um, on 1908 to celebrate the death of her lost mother, and it became a well known and picked up holiday in the Americas today. So I just wanted to ask you, what does Mother's Day mean to you?
That's a good question. Mother's Day mean a lot to me, Chris. I don't do a lot of holidays. I don't really believe in uh, going into the pagan holidays and whatnot. I am a born again Christian, and a lot of that came through Mother. But Mother's um, mean a lot, especially being in the African American community and the mother that I had. All I got to say, Christopher, is just one thing is in particular. Jesus Christ, he got a chance to choose his mama, and I didn't get a chance to choose mine. But if I had a chance to choose mine, I would have chosen Annie Lalise Galloway as my mother. Mothers is the fabric of the family, especially African American family. Back in the day, whenever fathers and had to go out and work and make ends meet to keep the families together, mothers had to stay home. They couldn't even be working in corporations back then. They started being able to do different things and work. You know, when women can have children, it was kind of in 1972. Mothers and women could start working in corporations a little bit before that, but they couldn't really run anything into those corporations. So they was basically the backbone of the family. They did the cooking, they did the cleaning, they made sure that the children was taken care of, and they was our everything. A mother was the doctor, the nurse, a teacher. A mother was everything, the lawyer, the preacher. The mother did everything in that community. So the mother really means a lot to me. You know, what really hits hard, Christopher, also is that when your mom is gone, you know, it's hard to celebrate any day as the same, especially like Mother's Day. My mom was passed away um, in 2007. We had a funeral for my mom the day before Mother's Day. So it's always hard to celebrate Mother's Day or any other day, but I still celebrate my mother because she was a wonderful woman. She was the backbone of the family. She wasn't just my mother, she was my siblings' mother, and she was a community mother. So yes, I'm very thankful. And I have all those great memories, as you was asking me earlier, of my mom. When I looked up when I was an athlete or in any kind of school activity, anything that I was doing, I always looked around. And once I see my mom there, I felt better. I felt like, hey, I could do this because my mama said I could. Some people ask me today, they be like, you know those people don't like you, or you know those people using you. Why are you doing that? And sometimes I say, well, that's what my mom would have done. She would have known that people was doing crazy stuff, but she would have still tried to get the best out of that person.
And with that, do you feel that mothers should be celebrated more than just one day of the year?
That's a wonderful question, Christopher. I think that, yes, I mean, how can you celebrate your mom for just one day? How can you celebrate all the things that she do for you for one day? How could you take her bringing you into earth, putting her body on the line, you know, because a lot of African American women was dying during childbirth. So how could you take that? And I ain't just saying African American women. I'm talking about all women that's good mothers. You know, and understand when I say good mother, because we'll talk about that in a little bit. All women that's good mother, you should celebrate them because they give their last for you. They brought you into this earth willing to give their last breath to bring you here. Then once you get here, they take care of you. They like, I don't want these because I want my son or I want my daughter to have this. I don't want this. I want it, but I don't need it. I remember my brother saying my mom took a precious ring of hers and sold it to get him a baseball glove. Like, you're going to take a precious ring, some gold and diamond, and you're going to sell it just because your son needs a baseball glove, and you think that he needs that glove more than you need that piece of jewelry. So you sold it to get him a glove. So yes, mothers should be celebrated 365 days out of the year, twice on Saturdays, twice on Sundays. They should be celebrated, celebrated, celebrated. What happens when she ain't here? And you don't have her no more to celebrate. You still have to celebrate the memories. But what happens when you can't hug her no more? You can't kiss her no more. You can't hear her say I love you no more. You can't hear her cheer you on from the sideline of any activity that you're in. Sports, playing the saxophone, doing the poem, spelling bee. You always look for your mother. And there was always confidence in that.
I agree. Now, I would like to ask you, how much has your mother impacted your personality and your life thus far?
My mom impacted my life. I've seen my mom that went out her way to make sure other people was taken care of. Not just her children, not just neighborhood children, but children that we didn't even know. And I'm probably saying children in a country way children, but she made sure that they were taken care of. She didn't just make sure they was taken care of. Like when she cooked enough food. And my brothers used to say, hey, Mama, why are you cooking so much food? And she said, but what if somebody stop by and need some food? My mom has impacted my life. And, hey, you have to be courteous to people. You have to treat people like you want to be treated. I don't care how they treat you. It's always up to you how you treat them. My mom has impacted my Christian walk. I remember my twin brother always would say this. My mom said that any battle that you're going into, you make sure you start that battle down on your knees. Get in your fighting stance. And when you get in your fighting stance, you're down on your knees, calling on the Holy God. My mom's favorite thing was, don't worry about anything. Pray about everything. Take everything to the Lord and leave it there. And He will take care of you. My mom has let us know that we were just as good. We might not have all the material things that every other person got. Because when we was growing up in this situation, there was 8 of us, and we know how the world was. It's a little different now, but she let us know that we were just as good as any other person. If they could do it, you can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. She had very well impacted my life, impacted my brothers and my sisters' life, impacted the community life. So yeah, when she left, it was like a big boy. And sometimes we grow into the thing that we can handle it, but we never get over it. We never get over that a piece of us is taken. My mom was, to me, was the best thing next to Christ that I could imagine.
What do you have to say for the struggling moms in America who are sacrificing some of their most prized things, their life, their time, to raise children?
And that's a wonderful question too, Chris. You just hit me all kinds of things today. It's awesome when you see mothers, not just mothers by fathers too, but since we talking about mothers, it's awesome that you see mothers, good mothers now, because you got some state mothers too now. You got some mothers who don't do anything for the kids. Mothers that just birth kids, mothers that get on drugs and don't take care of the kids, mothers that just don't have a choice, for some of the things they do, they can't do. But when we talking about a good mother normally will find a way to take care of their babies. A good mother is like that mother hen, there was a fire going on. The fire was burning, almost like the one in Bowling Spring Lake going on. It was just burning and burning and burning. And the firefighters put out the fire, and they came up on a skeleton, what seemed to be of an eagle. And they thought everything was all burned. And the eagle, all of a sudden, started moving. But he's dead, he's burned up. So when they moved all the ashes and stuff from the feathers and stuff of that eagle, they found all the chicks, the baby eagles, up under that eagle. A mother will protect you from the flames. So the mothers that is giving up stuff, I know mothers that went into the military, they're going overseas to fight wars, they're doing everything that they can do just to make sure that their child is taken care of, or their children is taken care of. I know mothers that work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. Mothers that they don't want to hire with a high-paying job with some skill levels, so they go out and they find ways. They start business. I know single mothers that say, hey, I'm going to do without. I won't eat as long as my child eat. I'll find a way. And to those mothers, I salute. I praise you. And I just bless you. I know people, women, that have stepped in a mother's robe and took care of children that wasn't even a children. They just step right in. They say, if I have to make this sacrifice to take care of these children, because they didn't ask to be here, but they was brought here, that's what I'm going to do. Christopher, this woman right here, in this picture right here, my mama, my mother, they used to ask me, whose son are you? I ain't never said her name. I said, I'm my mama's boy. You know, because my mom sacrificed. My mom, in that time frame, when people looked at us African Americans, still wanted to look down on us, she sacrificed. She taught me to love people, no matter what the color their skin is. She said you had to choose that person. You know, you can't choose that person because they black, white, but you got to choose that person because of who they are. You have to learn the character of that person. That's why, outside of my family, two of my best friends, my very best friends, it was two people. One was an Indian, one was a white guy. One still is a white guy. My best friend passed away because of an accident. God rest her soul. But my mom, made great impact. And, you know, struggling women find a way, just like that chick. Over the eagles, the eagle over the birds. That woman, eagle, found a way to protect her chicks.
Thank you for your time and your honesty, Mr. Galloway. I wish all mothers an amazing Mother's Day and this next coming Saturday, Sunday. Hope they enjoy their weekend, and I want to bless all the mothers in America and the world.
And let's make sure that if your mother is still here, that you get out there if you can and love your mother. And I understand that some people don't want to deal with mothers that burned them with cigarettes and did all kind of foolishness stuff because they didn't understand. But make sure that if you get a chance and you have a good mother, you let that good mother know that you love them and that they mean the world to you. God bless you and have a smile upon you. Let's talk with Larry. Make sure you go to the bottom, subscribe, like, and share.